All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Wednesday summer evening to join us. I appreciate having all of you here, and I'm so excited to introduce a couple of amazing people to you tonight. The first one is my brother, Jon. Jon is a chiropractor. He lives in North Dakota, and he is the one who introduced this opportunity to me, and you're going to learn a lot about it tonight. But Jon is pretty amazing. He is a father of 3 kids, husband to Christy, and they, again, like I said, live in North Dakota. He enjoys traveling, going to kids' hockey games, and just as an advocate for wellness, and enjoys educating people on how to be proactive in living a healthy lifestyle. And of course, we have Nikki Elsing. Nikki, thank you so much for being here this evening. Nikki lives right here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as do I. And Nikki is a proud mama of 2 and a registered dietitian nutritionist. And previously, Nikki worked within a cardiovascular hospital as an outpatient dietitian and media spokesperson, and within a gastroenterology office. And Nikki worked with a variety of patients, evaluated their supplements, specialized in cardiovascular prevention and treatment, weight loss, gastrointestinal disorders, diabetes management, and metabolic syndrome, while doing extensive media and marketing work, developing patient materials and writing cookbooks. And she just loves being able to do her LifeVantage business from home while raising her family. You guys, I just am, again, so appreciative of having all of you here. My name is Susie Benjamin, and I live in Sioux Falls. Like I just said, I am a mom to 4 growing kids. They are 2, 4, 10, and 12, and wife to Al. And Al is really kind of why I got started in this LifeVantage business. And Al was someone that Jon had in mind, and about 4 years ago when he shared this with us. And my husband has suffered, he's a Navy veteran, but he suffered some mental and physical stressors while serving on 4 deployments in a short period of time. And so his life was just definitely changed by these products. And so I just can't wait to share more about it with you. And with that being said, Jon, Nikki, take it away. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Susie, so much. And Al has such an amazing story. And if anybody needs any more details on that, I am absolutely 100% sure that Susie would be happy to share that with you. And like she said, I'm Nikki Elsing. I am celebrating retirement this week. I actually retired back on June 25th, 2014 from the hospital. So this will be my 7th anniversary of working from home. I'm so excited, and it's crazy how fast time goes, but excited to share the discussion about LifeVantage and teach you a little bit about it. And one of the things that we really want to make sure that you understand is why Jon, Dr. Jelinek, is here doing LifeVantage, and why myself as a dietitian, why I'm here doing LifeVantage, and the difference that it's making and the things that we see. So we'll just go ahead and get you started a little bit with basically the company story, but also knowing that when I first saw this, you guys need to know that I was in a position where I loved my job. I absolutely loved it. I got to get out in front of a bunch of people and doing a lot of presentation education in the public on TV, like Susie had said, and it was just really, really fun. However, as you can imagine, not everyone's excited when the dietitian comes into their room when they're in the hospital. I think I've heard you're taking away everything that tastes good, right? When in theory, it's just learning to adapt your diet and add those things in that are health promoting, and decreasing the amount of things you're adding in that aren't as health promoting, if that makes sense. And really just trying to evolve over time, and learn and do the best that we can to get the most bang for our buck. And as you can imagine, working in the hospital on the preventive side, there were a lot of people that were talking to me about their products, a lot of people in different network marketing companies that were talking about their products to me and wanting me to evaluate it, because that's what I did. And the thing is when I got to the question, show me your research, the conversation was over. And so that's the difference. And that's the reason why I'm here. And I think that's the reason why Jon's here, because we have the research to back us up. So not only was the main reason that caught our attention, but knowing that this is so much more effective than a lot of the other strategies that you're using currently in your health promotion. So where did this all start? just to kind of let you guys know, there is a lot of good information, and we're going to kind of give you some references that you can do some homework later if you haven't seen, like this ABC Primetime Investigative Report. You know, that guy up there with that full head of hair, John, I'm not making fun of you by any means. But look at John Quinones up there. He is a guy everybody knows, right? You see him on ABC and all these different programs. Well, he has an amazing story when they did an investigative report on our flagship product. And if you have not seen that, I need you to see that. So make sure you definitely get with whoever invited you tonight to get on there to be able to take a peek at it yourself. What happened was, way back when in 2005, they did an investigative report on our product to be able to say, hey, is this really working? Is it doing what it's supposed to? And it passed their test with flying colors. And it ended up being like this huge blinking billboard on the side of the highway. And I like telling people that if you want more information, come here, check us out. Well, back then, we didn't have the infrastructure to be able to set this up, right? We didn't have the ability to ship it to you if you wanted it. And so a few people got their product, but we really weren't ready. So we got our ducks in a row. We started putting it in retail. Retail wasn't our thing because it got kind of lost, right, in the product shelves. And people just didn't really know what it was. There wasn't anybody able to explain it much. And so eventually we got into network marketing. And the reason why it's successful is this needs to be a need and conversation. We care about people and we want to make sure we can do whatever we can to help them get better. And by having those nice conversations, we're able to do that. And in the meantime, while it was going from this, investigative report and going into network marketing, the best thing happened. We had all these private universities and independent universities, and these are like big medical centers that are asking to spend their money researching our product with different situations. And of course, guess who got the product 100% for sure? Them. And that's what makes it so amazing, because by the time John and I heard about it, we knew they had the research to back it up. They had a lot of good things going on. And it's crazy to see the difference. I've been doing this for actually over 10 years now. And to see the difference of where we started as to where we are now is amazing. And so one other thing that I want you to mention 100% for sure is that we are also publicly traded, which is kind of fun, because for those of you that are interested in kind of digging into it a little bit, you can definitely check us out on the NASDAQ, that LFBN. And so, when you're looking at oxidative stress, that's really what we're battling. And you guys, I would stand at the foot of the bed at the hospital or across the table from people and talk about oxidative stress all day, right? Because here's the deal. When you have heart disease, oxidative stress is one of the problems related to heart disease and cardiovascular disease. So that and inflammation. And what causes oxidative stress? Well, it's all the things that we're exposed to all day long. And you see all of those things listed here, right? And we know all the time they're coming up with different things. So ultimately, if you are able to breathe, then you have oxidative stress. And what if there was something that we could take, like one pill every single day, to be able to lower that oxidative stress by 40%? And that's what we're talking about tonight. And when we look at the potential for oxidative stress and where it can cause problems, you can see that it has an influence on every system in your body. So when we're looking at being able to have the biggest impact on your health, don't you think oxidative stress and reducing that would be the best place to start? If you ask me, my professional opinion, 100% yes. And the good news when we're talking about it, when I said John and I love the fact that there's a lot of research, you can check it out yourself too. You see this little screen up there says pubmed.gov. It's a National Library of Medicine, basically a huge library that you can go to the search bar, type in Protandim. John's going to tell you a little bit more about Protandim here in a minute, and it will pull up the research studies. And so if you're kind of a nerd like me and kind of a nerd like John, you'll love it, because you can kind of pick it apart and see what you need to see to be able to verify it for you. If that's not your thing, don't worry about it, because we picked it apart already. And we're happy to say that it just keeps getting better and better as we go through. And when we're looking at where these places are, you can see, I mean, some of these things you maybe are not familiar with, but to me, it's a big deal. And maybe you're more familiar with the universities and institutes on the bottom, and you will see them that are very, very common, that you hear about a lot. One of my favorites is that National Institute on Aging. And so being able to know that we have the research to back us up is one of the most important things that I feel as a business owner in LifeVantage and being able to promote that. Now, when we're looking at being able to lower oxidative stress, I could tell you what to do with your nutrition and how to be able to do that and try to be able to pull back a few things. But literally, there was not going to be something that could decrease that oxidative stress like this Protandim is able to do. So, Jon, why don't you tell them a little bit more about Protandim, if you would?
I sure will. Yeah. So thanks, Nikki, and thanks, Susie, for introducing us. Like Susie said, I'm a chiropractor. I've been practicing for 17 years. This will be 17 years coming up this year. So one thing in school over 17 years ago is we never learned about, I would say, anything about oxidative stress. We knew what it was, what it did. The whole apple analogy, right? If you cut an apple in half, leave it on the counter overnight, what happens to the apple? It turns brown on the inside. And that's the cellular aging, that's that oxidative stress. But we didn't learn about that. When I heard about this 8 or 9 years ago, and I saw the research and I saw that ABC investigative report, I'll never forget the researcher at the end going, I don't want to be 80 years old and wish I could have done something different or wish I wouldn't have been taking this. And I think in my practice, and I think, as I'm teaming up with Nikki, who's a dietitian, we relate well to the wellness world, right? We're trying to improve your health on the inside. And as a proactive approach to healthcare, this fit into my practice as a chiropractor. This also is a way for me to help people in other ways that I cannot help them with chiropractic adjustments or therapies or what I do in the musculoskeletal world. So this was a great fit for me. 8, 9 years ago when I saw that video, I started taking the product. I was I was young, I was healthy. So why would somebody like that take it? Because I wanted to do something so that as I age, the quality of my life can continue to either improve or stay status quo, right? It doesn't get worse. Because I don't want to be laying on the table like some of my patients and going, man, I wish I would have stretched more when I was younger. I wish I would have done this more, and so this is a great approach to wellness care as well, and fighting off that aging of what's to come. And so when I started getting this product into my patients' hands and I started seeing the results with them and they started telling me, I couldn't help but starting to, wanting to share this with other people. And so for me, it was a domino effect. Obviously, I wanted to help my sister, her husband, and you can't help but want to share this with more people. And so because of that ABC investigative report, like Nikki said, all those companies and colleges and universities took that product, did the research, and they came up with a lot of great results on PubMed. But the one thing that Dr. McCord in that video discovered is that Protandim NRF2 lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Now on the slide here, you'll see some other things that it increases: SOD, catalase, glutathione. What are those? They're our body's own natural antioxidants. Glutathione is the master antioxidant. And after taking Protandim, it increases the glutathione levels 300%, which is huge. And I think one of the biggest studies, because of that ABC investigative report that came out, was a study done by the federal government, the National Institute on Aging, that did a study not only with Protandim and then some of the same ingredients in Protandim, NRF2, but also other shakes, drugs, and they were trying to find out which one would extend the lifespan of mice. And the only natural product that extended the lifespan of mice by 7%, which was equivalent to 5 human years, was Protandim NRF2. That was a 10-year federally funded study. That's amazing. Now, you can't just take these single ingredients at the bottom, which makes up Protandim NRF2, and get the same results. So there's a synergistic effect. These ingredients are in there in smaller doses that increase the body's NRF2 production of this protein that turns on the body's antioxidant defense system. So, obviously diet is the important part, right? We want to eat good foods that are good for you. Oranges, broccoli, blueberries, vitamin C, they're natural antioxidants. Well, if you took an antioxidant molecule, it eliminates one free radical. So a free radical are the bad guys. I always, for some reason, I think of the Pac-Man game, right? You got the antioxidant Pac-Man going after those little yellow dots, right? Those are the free radicals. Well, that game can take forever, and it's gobbling up those free radicals. Well, taking NRF2, you can neutralize a lot of those by just wiping out the screen, right? You're going after those free radicals in a hurry. And so to get the same effect as NRF2, you'd have to eat 400 oranges, 500 cups of broccoli a day, 110 cups of blueberries, 120 vitamin C tablets, which nobody's going to do because you'll be sick to your stomach, right? So taking one Protandim NRF2 little yellow pill is going to do 100 times more of what eating food is going to do. So it's different. It's a synergy of those 5 ingredients, activates that NRF2 antioxidant defense system, and it's lowering oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It's amazing. There's nothing else out there like it. So, after that ABC investigative report, you got NBC, ABC News, Wall Street Journal, the Today Show, Dr. Phil, everybody was picking up this and talking about it. And when I said there's nothing else out there like it, there are patents. We have 7 US patents. We have 11 total international. And I like to think of this kind of like cholesterol back in the 80s, right? The researchers, the doctors, we knew what cholesterol was. We knew it was bad for us, but we didn't know how to combat it until statins came out. Well, right now, there's no synthetic version of Protandim NRF2 that you can go to your doctor and say, hey, can I get a drug that's going to lower oxidative stress? They're going to tell you to take antioxidants or take something else, vitamin C, right? So this is going to be more of a powerful effect, and there's nothing else out there like it, and the patents prove that that's true. In 2015, Washington State University, they did a meta-analysis of NRF2 activation. And at the end of this, they basically said that this NRF2 activation could potentially be the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That is pretty bold, that's pretty powerful, and that's actually quite amazing with NRF2 activation. And so LifeVantage has since developed other products based off of this NRF2 activation. We have a whole line of them here. The Tri-Synergizer makes up Protandim NRF2, NRF1, which helps with your cellular energy, with your mitochondria production. We have NAD, which is like the master control of the cell. And what they found is when they put these ingredients, these products together, you're going to get a more powerful effect, right? So it turns on that gene expression so that if you have an anti-inflammatory effect, it's going to increase it 848%. It's huge. We have a Clean Omega Plus. If you guys are taking omegas, bite into your omega. I dare you. See what it tastes like. If it smells rancid or fishy, it's bad. Throw it out. But this is clean. You can trace the bottle back to the boat it comes off of. We have the NRF2 skincare line and a body care line with CBD. But our skincare line came from an LSU study on melanoma cancer. So it's got NRF2 ingredients. We have my favorite, the NRF2 shampoo, conditioner, and hair serum. It's fantastic, right, Nikki? It's great. But it's very science-based, and that's what I love about this company. They're putting thought, they're putting the research, they're putting the science into these products. One of the biggest ones that I want to talk about, and I'm going to let Nikki talk about a couple. We just came out just this within the last 6 months, is the Daily Wellness. Now in 2020, what was everybody trying to do with their health? Improve it in a hurry, right? So with Daily Wellness, we have vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, fermented yeast, and elderberry extract in one little tub. You put a scoop in a glass of water, you stir it up and you drink it. That helps for a proactive immune response so that it's going to keep you healthy. And then of course, everybody's four-legged friend needs Pet Tandem, which is NRF2 for dogs. Dogs have 7 times higher rates of oxidative stress. That's why they age faster and die sooner. And if you can keep them healthy and keep their oxidative stress levels low, Pet Tandem is a great resource for them. Nikki, what are your favorites?
I had to giggle on the shampoo and conditioner because obviously Jon isn't using very much of that, but you guys, I love it. It's been so nice. And it's just one of my favorite things that I want to make sure and mention too, is that things are so clean. When you look at the products that we're typically using, and you may be spending a lot of money on some of this stuff, and you're not knowing that you're getting a ton of chemicals and a ton of yuck. I always kind of put it in this yuck category, that you really don't want to be rubbing on your skin or putting on your head and absorbing it, or your children, or taking in. You really have to be careful, and not everybody has your best interest at heart. And I want you to know that we definitely do. And so knowing that we're very clean, and you can feel really good about it. I have to say with the skincare, I love it because as I got older, I'm fighting some acne as my hormones are changing, but then I'm fighting wrinkles. And so I'm drying out, but I'm trying to moisturize. And it was just like this constant battle and it wasn't getting anywhere. And now I think I've been using this for it's been around 8-9 years. Been using that and absolutely love it. And I've seen a huge difference in my face. Jon left me some fun ones with our physique system because I love weight management, obviously. And, just like anyone, we all struggle, right? And just trying to do what we can as we continue to get older too. And I love that we have this fat burn. I spent a lot of my life talking about processed carbohydrates and belly fat. And I love that our fat burner focuses on belly fat. You guys, belly fat is super dangerous. Really works on going around and seeking out trouble. It doesn't just sit there. It's trying to promote more trouble for you. And so if we can get rid of it, that's fantastic. So love that fat burn. I spent every single day, I start my day with that fat burn. We also have a prebiotic that helps to feed that good bacteria in a probiotic. So if you're taking a probiotic, my suggestion would be to upgrade to ours because ours gets past that stomach acid. The traditional probiotic gets just, it's gone. It's destroyed in your belly. And I can tell you, I've worked many, many years with many, many complicated patients that had gastrointestinal issues. And if we can get that past that stomach acid so it can do its work that it's supposed to, we win. And the prebiotic is basically the sunlight and the food for those good bacteria. We have a really nice whey protein if shakes are your thing. Shakes can be my thing sometimes, off and on, right? And it's just nice to have the option, especially if I'm in a hurry. And ours is vanilla, so it's nice and base. You can add whatever you want to it. And honestly, if you put that daily wellness that Jon was talking about into the vanilla whey protein, it's super good. And if you can put the prebiotic, it kind of makes kind of an orange vanilla type of flavor. It's really good too. And then the last one is the Axio, and Axio has kind of been an all-star. I was a little worried about it at first because it was talked about as being a replacement for some energy drinks. And just like usual, LifeVantage knocks it out of the park. I'm really, really happy with it. And it has turned into such an all-star for people with focus issues, concentration, that kind of thing. It's giving you the benefits of being able to focus and feel more energetic without any crash or negative stuff. So I look at it as brain food, executive focus. We have decaf and caffeinated. We just got our hands on lemonade, if anybody heard us talking about it before we started, and it is so good. It's my favorite. But you guys, one of the hardest things I had when I would lecture patients and meet with them was trying to help them find something decent to drink that didn't have artificial sweeteners in it and didn't have a ton of sugar. This is your answer. Axio is it. It's sweetened with stevia. We don't have any sugar in there. Tastes like $1,000,000 and has no aftertaste. I don't think. You can ask and poll the audience, but I don't feel like there's any aftertaste at all. So ask for a sample unless you're willing to just jump in. It's so good and you'll be very grateful. 15 calories, you guys, and nothing bad. Okay, I got a little excited, Jon. Sorry, I probably talked too long on that slide, but it excites me. It's exciting stuff.
It is, and Axio is my favorite. I go through 2 or 3 of those a day, but the focus is unbelievable. One of the best parts about LifeVantage is you can get this in over 22 countries. We're e-commerce over in China, which is fantastic. We're picking up steam and this company is worldwide. So if you know other people and you start hearing some of this information from us and you start thinking of other people that definitely ask them if this is available over there. And if it is, you can check here and definitely tell them about it because people need to know. And I think that's one thing. Oh, I'm stuck for a second. Nikki, can you turn the screen for me?
Sure, maybe.
There we go. Got it. Okay, thanks. So you start thinking of who you know that maybe could see some benefit with this, right? Everybody has oxidative stress. Everybody's getting older. And one thing I think that some people ask, they go, well, why are you a chiropractor, Nikki a dietitian? Why are you Susie, an athletic trainer, why are you into this business? What are you doing? And I think one thing is we all want to help people. We all want to help people in their health. Once you start seeing the results with this and you hear the results with it, you can't do anything else but want to share this with other people because this is the best hidden secret. It's been around a little while, but still a lot of people don't know about it. And so like a good movie, you start telling other people about it. This is what I ended up doing with this. I started sharing. I shared it with my patients. I shared it with my family. I shared it with my friends. And you just keep talking. And the more results that you get with people and they see them, they want to share as well. And so with this business, it's been a great addition to my life. It's not only helped me treat people in my office and get them better in many different ways that I can't otherwise, but it's also brought in a little extra income. And one thing I think that 2020 has taught us, and I wrote down a couple lessons that it's taught us. One, life is short. 2, jobs are temporary. 3, health is wealth. 4, always save money. Now, I don't know about you, but when I went into chiropractic, I didn't think I'd be staying at home and working from home, and I can't. There's no way I can. I have to see people, right? So when the start of last year came and we were like, oh, we got to stay home now. We can't be in our offices. We can't see people. What am I going to do for income? I had no backup plan. I was, I had one job. That's what I knew how to do. Well, thankfully, LifeVantage, and as I have grown this over the years, it's not only helped me take extra days off during the week so that I can be with my family, but when 2020 came, I didn't have to worry as much because I did have additional income coming in, right? When I said life is short, we've already told you with Protandim Nerve 2, it extends life. So we got to fix for that. Jobs are temporary. Yes, they are. With this one, you can do it part-time, full-time, anytime. It's really, really a laptop lifestyle. You can do this on social media. You don't have to carry a lot of inventory. Everything is online. You can shop right, just like going to Target, right? You can go online, pick what you want and submit it. It comes right to you, so you don't have to carry a lot of supplies. Health is wealth. Our health is important. And the 4th one, I said, always save money. This is a great way to save for retirement or add to retirement, because I don't know about you, but I don't think anybody's ready for retirement. I don't care what they say. And if the stock market crashes, are you ready for retirement? Can you retire, right? They say 1 in 4 Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account to date. So side gigs are getting more popular. Definitely something that everybody does. You can sell products in your office. You can clean cars. You can mow lawns. Everybody's doing something to make a little extra income. And I really would say, make sure you are thinking about that in the back of your mind. If I fall and break my arm tomorrow, guess what? I'm not going to work. What else am I going to do, right? So this has been a great lifesaver for me. So again, Nikki, tell everybody how we can all get started, either as a customer or maybe joining us in sharing this with other people.
I will, but I am going to sneak back one little tiny bit. And you see that bottom right-hand corner right there on that phone has been a game changer for me. Remember 10 years, right? And we didn't start out with the same stuff. Well, now we have an app. Like, people pay a lot of money to try to be able to have easy ways to keep track of things and be able to have them help with their business, right? We don't pay anything extra for this. This is just part of our business for signing up. And that app has been amazing. I don't know about you, John, but I think that is kind of the cat's meow. But anyway, absolutely love what John said, and that's the difference with us, is we didn't see that change in our business over the last year. I don't think. If anything, it's been going higher, and people are looking at being more proactive, and it's such a nice, safe place to be, I feel. And just like you, I'm very, very thankful to be able to have that opportunity, because I, for one, didn't want to be in the hospital with all these people being sick, right? I want to be able to stay away from some of that and have that time freedom. So there's a few different options. I'm not going to go into it a ton, but just so you know, like John said, there's a way to be able to be a customer, and they can send you a link. Whoever added you on this Zoom tonight, they can literally send you a link. You click on it, fill in your information, and poof, it's on your step in probably 3 to 5 days. So super simple. They can even set up a shopping cart for you. So it's all done, and all you have to do is enter your information. But that's what I wanted to do when I started. I just wanted to be a customer. I had way too much stuff going on to have any time to do this, right? But I had zero plan to get less busy. Someone said, hey, Nikki, why don't you join the business? And I literally probably looked at them like they had 6 heads, because I thought they were crazy, but I did it. I thought about it, looked at the risk versus benefit. And one of the things that I love the most, you guys, is that we don't have a basement full of product. I don't have it in my garage or my car or whatever. And that alone makes it so it's not so risky of a business. And so, if all else fails, I eat my investment, right? Because I'm getting value higher than what I'm paying in with product. And so there's a few different options, 3 up here on the screen. So you can decide which level you're at, if it's something that you're interested in, but definitely think about it. And if you've been going, you know what, I talk to a lot of people that aren't doing very well. Like, they need help. They're sick. They need options. maybe the reason you're on this tonight is because you're that person, you're that connector that can connect these people to be able to, know that there's hope and other options out there. And maybe by doing that, you decide that you want to be able to build that business. And I didn't get into this to get out of a job. I got into it because I wanted to be preventive and wellness and look at just what Jon said. That's what we do. And by taking care of other people, it fills our cup and it makes us really, really happy, right? And that's just the way that his job and my job, that's just us. That's the way it is. That's the way we were made, right? And the good part is that we have been able to make a living doing that and taking care of other people and listening and offering hope and different options. And that's what we're offering to you tonight, is for you to sit and think if this is something for you, but don't sit and think long. Make that decision, because it is something that can definitely have 100% ability to change your life. So how do we get paid? We get paid every week for work that we did last week. Like I'll get paid on Friday for work I did last week. And then the 15th of month is like Christmas. That's when we're working on being able to get that leveraged income, where we're working on building a team and we get a benefit related to how our team has been built. We also have the opportunity, Jon was talking about all these flags, right, all over the world. Well, guess what? I don't know anybody in the Philippines or in Australia, right? But I have people on my team from Australia. Because other people know, and that benefits me. And once I get to a certain rank in the organization, I get a percentage of all the money and all the things that have been made in LifeVantage. A certain percentage comes back to me. So that's a pretty good gig. I know that when I went to work at the hospital, I just got paid for what I did, right? And I didn't have other people going, hey, Nikki, let me come do your work for you. Right? No, but look at Jon, look at Susie, look at me. We're all here helping each other. And that's the beauty of what we do. And that's something that I feel you just can't find anywhere else. So we're very well paid, which is nice. So you're rewarded very well. And remember, I talked to you about, but also in the sense of not just money-wise, rewarded, like I said, with filling your cup. But remember how I mentioned that we're publicly traded? So all of our financials are there for you to be able to take a peek at. And this, I really like this screen, just being able to look at our income disclosure statement. So we're able to tell you how much money is actually paid out to people in our organization. So if you decide that the business is for you, you sign up and you're a distributor starting at that top of the row, right? And as you work down, you work up into that executive master pro 10. I kind of like to call it intergalactic commander, but whatever, you can call it executive master pro 10. But being able to see, this is a huge, huge opportunity. So if you look across there, they have pro 3 as the third level in the company. And it shows you, do you see where it says 581? That's $581 that would be coming to you on the 15th of the month as an estimate as the average monthly commission paid at that rank. That's great. I mean, they talk a lot about $500 being a way to stay out of debt, being out of avoiding bankruptcy, staying in a house, staying in a marriage, whatever, because people need some extra money. And as you continue to go down, you'll see our Premier ranks. You're talking about $6,700 as an average monthly commission for a Premier Pro 6. And it just continues to keep going. And even when you get to a Pro 7 rank at $12,000 a month, I mean, that is life-changing income right there, right? And it just continues to basically double as you continue to rank advance there. And how you get those places is by helping other people. So when you ask me, I just don't really feel like there's any better way to make a living and be able to have no cap on what I do. And like Jon said, I get to decide. Like the hour before we got on this call, I was sitting on my phone sending out messages through the app. And it's so nice and simple to not haul around a bunch of stuff. And I can work from my phone. And pretty much everybody has that capability at this point, right? And so just know that you're not doing this by yourself. Like I said, Susie, me, Jon, we're all working together as a team to try to be able to get this information out to you. And can you do it? I wanted to know the same thing. Could I do it when I started? And I had some kind of questions. I wasn't sure because it can be hard sometimes, but it's worth it, right? I mean, there's things that are always hard. And so, but just knowing that you just love on people and care about them. And when a name comes to your mind, you talk to them because that's coming to you for a reason, right? And we have this customer support and distributor support that's just out of this world. Sometimes I say that's the bad news is you're stuck with us because we all work together, but I say it jokingly because this attracts amazing people, and we all have the same thoughts in our mind, and we all just want to see each other at the top. And so knowing that we get to do the fun stuff, and the corporate office of LifeVantage, they do the hard stuff, the HR, all this payroll, whatever. We don't have to worry about that. We just go out and do our thing, which is just like we're doing tonight, and being able to help each other be successful. So like Jon had mentioned, thank you for your time tonight. Susie mentioned thank you for your time tonight. And just being able to take a few minutes and think about where you see yourself in LifeVantage. And do you see it as, you know, hey, thank you so much for having us on, but you know, it's really not for me. Or maybe you're like, this is no brainer. I want to be a customer. I absolutely need to get my hands on this lemonade Axio, right? Or whatever it is that made you happy. Maybe it was the shampoo, just because Jon was joking about it. But there are products in there that have the potential to change your life. And if you feel like maybe there's a reason why you were invited on here, and maybe there's a reason why you should think about saying yes to the business, we would absolutely love to have you. And with that, I'll wrap up tonight, you guys. Thanks again for your time, and we appreciate you so much, and have an amazing rest of your week, and take care.